I'll introduce myself. My name is Martin Brett. I'm from the Gleneagle Hotel in Killarney, and you'll be delighted to know I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm only here to share a little bit of an experience that we've had recently with some training and customer care training that we've done in the hotel, and something that we thought might be a little bit useful for yourselves. So, one of the things I'm here to talk about is training. Now, I'm sure you're all from different industries. There's probably kitchen people and all kinds of people here, but over every industry we do training. We spend an awful lot of money on training. It's not just a small amount. If you have a look at America, in 2009 they spent $125 billion on training in 1 year. Now, most of that training falls into two categories. That training is either new education, new information that you're giving to people, or it's enforcing skills that you want people to carry out on a day-to-day basis. It's that second part that I'm going to quickly talk about. And why do we spend so much money on training? It's very simple, really. It's because of statistics like these. These are a range of statistics that I just pulled off the internet, and I could have pulled off another 1,000 to support those or to contradict them. Statistics, you know, there's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. Well, if you ask people who do all the training and you say, can you produce me results? What does my training deliver? They won't actually be able to bring out any facts, figures, spreadsheets to say, well, this is exactly what you gained. You just have to believe that it does good. And it's natural, it does do good. Everybody knows that when you train in your industry, you get a better trained staff member, it's a better product across. And believing is well and truly the answer to what happens. Just a little bit about where I'm coming from. Do you know the Gleneagle Hotel? I know that Cleo does because she used to work there. But the Gleneagle started in 1957 as a 10-bedroom guest house. And it's moved on quite a bit. Today we've 245 bedrooms, we've 75 double apartments. Last year we had a 77% occupancy rate, and we slept nearly 200,000 people. We have the INEC, which is 3,500 seater venue, a little bit smaller than this one, but very similar. And we run international conferences, we do gigs. But this one here is us doing a turnaround for Google. We had 2 hours to turn around Google from a fully seated conference venue into a full banquet. And this is actually a time-lapse photo of the actual. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? I was in the middle there somewhere. We couldn't do that without staff, well-trained staff. And we spent a lot of money trying to actually get our staff up to a certain level. And I wanted to show you a couple of the things that we invested money in. Very early on, in the the early 2000s, the first one we did was an Ireland's Best programme, which is an Alberta's Best quality guest experience programme. It was very good, and it was brought out by Portfolio and CERT. The second level of that was Optimus. Now, Optimus then got bigger and bigger and bigger, and what it was that was a 3-phase program. The first phase was customer based, but then you went second phase and third phase, which was really a business model. And we spent 3 years going through that. We went through all the levels. And in the end, we actually had to sit back and say, we weren't getting what we wanted. As a business, we felt we were just missing out. And in the end, we gave up on Optimus. But we saw benefits. There was lots of benefits in there. There was lots of great things in there. But we just felt that we could do better. And what I came here today is to say that we can always target our training specifically at our businesses. And my bosses, the two of them were here, turned around and said, let's do that. And we went about and we actually started designing our own training program. But you can't really start a training program without something to aim at. This is Walt Disney's philosophy to live by. Fantasyland, which is what he originally called Disneyland, is dedicated to the young and the young at heart, and those who believe when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. A core philosophy for your business, something to live by every day, is vital to have, because he looked looked at that every day, every decision he made, he said, do I believe in this? A lot of the training that we did, we found our staff just didn't believe in it. It was too complicated. It was a bit generic. It wasn't about them. And so we knew we had to have a philosophy specific for our hotel. Now, whatever business you have, whether it's a kitchen production business, it's an actual kitchen, or you're going into a hotel or anything, you're going to have a philosophy, what your company does specifically. This is what we decided our philosophy was. Gleneagle Hotel, we're warm, we're welcoming, and we deliver exceptional experiences. Now that philosophy, we decided, hadn't changed from 1957 when Mrs. O'Donoghue opened the doors of the hotel and she left in a few people, to today when we've got 200,000 and 600 people a night sleeping there. We actually still have some of the same people coming every year, 2 and 3 times a year, and that doesn't happen by accident. We had to move on and we had to say, what do we want to happen? What do we want to happen on the floor? What do we want to happen for our customers when the managing director isn't watching? These are what we wanted to happen. Very, very, very simple things. We wanted a warm, natural welcome. We wanted people to just handle complaints or problems without running to a manager, without running to the supervisor, or without, because you know yourself, you go into a place and you have a little problem, you turn around to a person, you say, look, I don't like this. You don't want to see the manager, you want to actually see somebody doing something. And we wanted to be sure our staff would want to do that. We wanted an individual touch. Now when you're a hotel the size of the Gleneagle and you've got 600 people a night, it's hard to be individual. And the only way of doing that is if people really believe in it. And our staff had to believe in that, and that's why we had to live our philosophy every single day. And that started from the GMs down. Paul Murray will tell you there at the back that the GMs really do believe in customers down there. The staff need to feel ownership for the business. We have some of them there for 45 years, so they do. And of course we wanted to sell more. Those are the things we wanted to achieve. But how do you make it happen? And here's the key. This is the trick. You have to give away all the power. Make people understand that they're entitled to take responsible decisions for the company. You give them the power. We tell them during the training, if you want to give away a dinner, give it away. If you want to give away a weekend away, give it away. If you want to have people stay for 6 months and sign for it, that's fine. And everybody goes, I'm not going to do that. And the reason they won't do it is because they're all responsible. People do not make bad decisions. But you should have seen the change in their faces when you actually told them, we believe in you. Then they felt ownership. And when they felt ownership, they had empowerment, their actions changed immediately. But you have to give them some tools. And some of the things that we identified in our training, what we wanted to give were very simple things. We wanted to teach them a little bit about body language, give them a simple 4-step complaint handling time, deal with waiting and control and showing attitude. As you can see, simple. And this was the key to the success of what we did, was we made it really, really, really simple for people to actually to understand it, to buy into it, and to do it. They don't have to fill out forms. They don't have to remember big loads of jargon. They just needed to do 1 or 2 or 3, 4 simple little things every single day. But why would they do that? Why do you all go to work every day? Because you love it? Or because there's benefits? The staff have to understand that, and the people that involved, everybody needs to understand there's something in it for them. There has to be a personal gain for somebody unless they're going to do it. And this was an awful lot of training. It fell down. We told them what we wanted. We told them where it was going. We never told them what you get. This was all for the benefit of the Gleneagle. Our training totally revolves around the benefit of the customer and the benefit of the person that's delivering the service. We told them tips, you get tips. The better you get at delivering service, the more money you make. It's more jingle in your pocket. You become a more valuable member of staff. Work becomes easier, you know. You get promoted. The best barman in town is not sought by one pub. be sought by every pub. The best salesman is sought by every company. It doesn't matter what you're selling. And when you start giving them these tips and training and saying, try it, you'll win. And they start winning, they believe it, and it starts happening more and more. We took a year and we reinforced the message. We had coffee mornings 4 times a year where the directors of the hotel came and told them exactly what they were planning on doing. We, I suppose, we went over what had happened, all the good things. We outlined people that had really performed. We have employee of the months, and we have a weekly meeting, and during those meetings we probably spend nearly as much time talking about the employee of the month as any one department. It's that important. It's a real important thing. About vouchers, basically if somebody is mentioned by a customer and they do something spectacular and they're highlighted, we reward them. A little gift, a gift card. And it's not kind of in secret in the office. It's, we often present these things in the canteen where people can see them and people feel proud and they start realising, I do love my job and I like doing this, and it is much easier when I do it like this. And in the end, one of the big things is at the bottom. Every single person from the O'Donoghue family down, they have to live that message. There's no point in telling people, look, I want you to go out and do this, and that's it. You have to actually follow every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. You walk into any business around this, you can walk in here, you can go into the hotels, you can go into any of the shops, you walk into one. One shop will be spectacular because the staff and the owner, they believe in it. They believe in what they're trying to do. The place is spotless, it's well staffed, you get a warm welcome when you walk in the door, and you walk into another place. And they're probably spending 4 times as much on training, but it's grubby, people aren't doing what they are, they're not making eye contact, they're just not talking to people. Why? Well, because they did the training, they stood up for the training, and they go, well, I'm going back to work now. It's disjointed. That's actually the end of my presentation. I just wanted to share a little bit of what we found, and what I think is that if you look at your own businesses when you go back, you take a look at some of the training that you're buying in, which is all very good. I think you can actually tailor it a little bit better for your own businesses. And sometimes, don't be afraid of cutting stuff down. If you don't think it's relative, take it out. If you think it's distracting from what you want in the end, just get rid of it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do end up in Kerry, you can come into the Gleneagle and we'll be sure to look after you. Thanks very much.